Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for September 26, 2025. A federal grand jury indicted former FBI Director James Comey September 25th on charges of lying to Congress and obstruction, allegations leveled after a years-long tumultuous relationship with Donald Trump, who fired Comey for investigating Trump's 2016 campaign contacts with Russia. Comey is the first of many of Trump's enemies that Trump is using his DOJ to target. Also on the list is Santa Claus for not bringing Trump a friend. Tabitha Bundrick, 36, a New York woman, has been indicted for allegedly using fentanyl to drug and rob 4 men, killing 3 in the process. She faces 11 counts of murder, robbery, burglary, and assault charges. Not bad for a girl, but a man would have killed twice as many people. NDEI now. NDEI and now. An Alabama man, Jeffrey Todd West, age 50, convicted of killing a woman during a 1997 gas station robbery, was put to death Thursday at the William C. Holman Correctional Facility using nitrogen gas. West claims he knows where he is going since he was baptized and found Jesus. Jesus was in the next cell doing time for skipping out on his check at the Last Supper. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for September 26, 2025. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Mind Dog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
We got a cup of coffee in here, please.
No coffee. This coffee is composers and interpreted murder. The interpreter murder. Interprety man. Interprety type of guy. What's going on with the Interprety.
Damn good coffee.
We're loud.
And hot.
Sorry, people on the radio.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah, Papa Poop. I know, we're blowing you out. Turn the radio down a little.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
All right, I'll lower it a little bit. Here you go.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
I'm going to make you do a gas. You know, I'm going to have to hand this show over to TV. Thanks to TV it's Friday. I made a good watching, not listening. You're very loud, aren't you? Sorry, radio people. I'm overmodulating a bit. I'll turn it down, bring it down. Holy moly. Good morning, folks. It is Friday. Thank GD. It's Friday. Friday, September 20th.
Hey, wake up, America.
No, don't wake up. Stay asleep, America. Friday, September 26th. Turn that dude down. He's echoing over there. Man, Friday, September 26th, 2025. If you are watching, not listening, if you can already tell that I've made a grave mistake here today. I'm wearing a hot hoodie sweatshirt. It wasn't hot. It wasn't Buster Poindexter hot in my bedroom or any other place in the house. I walk in here, turn on the lights, and woof, And the thing is, I don't have a T-shirt under here, so when I take this off, my titties are going to show. And I don't want my titties showing. I'm kind of shy about my titties, especially now that they're old man titties. So I'm going to probably step out once GD is in, and thank GD it's Friday again, and just go put a shirt on. Because, damn, my tits are sweating like anyway. The news stuff. I gotta tell you about confused stuff on the news stuff. Comey was indicted. That was in the news there, and GD talked about that a little bit. What he didn't mention, and because he probably doesn't know, and I don't really friggin' know. What am I saying? Jack Cocciarella, you familiar with him? Columbia grad. He's got a podcast, a Left Wing podcast. And if you leave a like and subscribe, it goes a long way to help support the work we're doing. No, it goes a long way to support your fucking weed habit. I know from experience, but don't bullshit people. It goes a long way to help the work we do. Nobody gives a fuck about the work you do. Am I being a little grumpy? Could that be? Let me see. That's a little better. I'm a little darker now. I like it. Am I going to get darker over there? I really need to get darker over there. Oh, that's better. He dropped a video this morning that said Comey, in response to Donald Trump's indictment, dropped a term-ending bombshell. I don't see anything about it on Twitter. I think Jack is probably clickbaiting me a little bit. I have not watched the video yet, but in the thumbnail it says, "Bye, Donald, it's over." And what the fuck could it be? You tell me Comey has been sitting on, I don't know, Epstein file stuff for 5 years now, whatever it's been, more than 5 years. He got fired, 8 years ago? 8 years ago. It's a long time ago. You tell me he's been sitting on this and now he's just going to drop it? Well, then fuck you, Comey. You deserve to get fucking convicted. You're just covering up for this guy. I'm sorry. Comey's been a weird dude. He sabotaged Clinton 10 days before and listen, I'm not a Clinton fan. You're never going to see me rah-rah. But he did that, and then he's against protocol. And then at that time, all the Trump people loved him. And then he basically said what he said about Trump trying to get him one-on-one and said that's inappropriate. And then Trump hated him, and he went to Jeff Sessions and started the independent counsel things going. And then Trump was, "Oh, Russia, don't Comey's making this up." The point is, Comey's a weird dude, but to be sitting on term-ending, why did he even let him run again? Fuck Comey. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Comey. He's a Comey over. That's ridiculously stupid of me. But it's early and it's Friday and I haven't had enough coffee yet and my tits are sweating. Did I mention my tits are sweating? So I'm going to pay a non-tit sweating commercial. Do we have a product to reduce tit sweat? No, we don't have any products. I'll play this in honor of Stevie, who thinks he went viral. Tannerly commercial, and then we'll say hello to Steve. I don't have enough time to get in there, do I?
Soft and pink. She comes without a head. But at least she'll never shit the bed. You need a fake rubber squeeze.
All right. Let's fill our holes. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is a man who could never change a shirt as fast as I can. GD Fenderson. Thanks, GD. It's Friday. Good morning.
Good morning, America. MyDogTV.com. Did your life, oh, shit, did your wife leave you to be with another woman? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I got a free weekend. That's right.
Wait, what happened? That sounded very confusing to me.
Yeah, because I screwed it up. I just didn't mean to say life. I typed life, and I meant to type wife.
Oh, you're reading from your teleprompter?
Yeah, because otherwise I won't. I'll ramble. I was trying to keep it brief.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you know what the big bombshell, the Comey bombshell is?
This bullshit. You're being clickbaited.
I am being clickbaited.
Oh, yeah, being clickbaited. I've watched just about every comment that Comey has made in the past few days. His prepared response, the one that he wrote when he found out he was being indicted, the one he said after he was indicted. No,
All right.
you're being clickbaited. He didn't reveal anything. And even if he had, there's no such thing as by Donald because somebody said something. Okay, because let's face it, he'd have to be impeached by the Republicans. He'd have to be removed from office by the Republicans.
No, I don't think that's what the thing is. I don't think it'd be like a institutional removal, Donald. I think according to what it looks like in the thumbnail, he would say this, and Donald would have a massive coronary and stroke. It seemed like
No,
I'm gonna make that Big Mac just fucking choke his heart to shit.
no,
I have video. I have
being
video of Donald fucking 3 13-year-olds against their will, and they're screaming, "Please help me, mommy."
And Trump would just look at the camera and go, "Fake news. It's AI. Russia. China.
Could be.
They were asking for it. If you combine their ages, they were 18. So
You could be absolutely 100% right about that. The point I'm just making is it's not like it doesn't seem to be like an institutional. Oh, we're going to get rid of them through normal channels.
Well, the only other way to get rid of him is with a bullet.
Or a massive coronary does get rid of him.
That man's not going to have a coronary.
Yeah,
No, because he's already got cheese whiz for blood. Okay, he's got cheese whiz for blood, gravy for spinal fluid. There's nothing left in that guy that should sustain life, except for maybe he has some kind of parasite. Like there's a wasp that lays an egg in other bugs, and those bugs become zombies, and they just follow the wasp to their doom. And then the wasp lays an egg on it, and then the egg grows up and eats the live larva, eats the live insect, because the insect has to be alive, so the juices are there, so the larva can eat it.
What do they call what your the bugology? There's a science. What do they call the bugology thing?
Insecticide, right?
No.
Insecticide? No.
The ology for bugs. No, that's no. It's not cryptidology. No, that's
when you're looking at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, good morning, Craig Johnson. Craig Johnson, my hero, is here.
Yes, I said good morning. Yeah.
To Craig? You said good morning to Craig?
Well, I did it in the chat because you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh. Well,
so I just said, "Hey, Mr. Johnson."
I wasn't talking. I don't ever talk. That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a damn lie, a dirty lie. What the statistical lie? No.
My wife.
What is it? It's not cryptology. What the entomology? There you go. Thank you, alternative universes. Obviously, somebody's paying attention.
That's the study of words. Everybody knows entomology is the study of words.
So, can I tell you?
Sure.
I can tell you something.
Yeah, and just between us, I'll mute the audience. They won't say a thing.
All right, good. I don't want to. It's kind of embarrassing. And my wife might still be home. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if she left. It's about my first love. My first love. You have a first love?
You mean your hands?
Huh?
Your hands?
No. No, actually, the hand came second.
Really?
Wow.
You came first and your hand came second?
Yeah.
You're fucking good. It's never come.
That takes a little
That
pre-study.
technique. That technique.
Yeah.
That is solid technique.
So I never really got over this. I mean, this is a torch I've been carrying since I was a teenager. And I never saw this girl again. I fucked it up. I was a dick. I was a lying, cowardly little fucking loser. And I lost this girl. All right? That's off my chest. Okay. But I never saw her again since then. And last night on Facebook, I get this people you may know. And this one guy who friend request me, and I'm getting a lot of friend requests, which are weird because if anybody reads my fucking timeline on Facebook, you know I'm not the kind of guy you want to be a friend with. I'm just ranting political bullshit, and I'm just staring up shit all fucking day. You don't want to be friends with me. But I see this guy, and I go to check out his profile, and I see him with this girl who looks like an older version, and then she's got the same name. Oh, this is her. Wow, well, okay, she's married to this guy. And then I look at his thing and it says widowed. It about says widowed. I'm thinking, oh, she died. And it just did not sit right. It's so listen, I've been in way too many relationships.
Wait a minute. Widowed means he died. Widowed means she died.
Oh no, in his status, widowed, his status is widowed. If he was dead.
Well, males are widowers.
Widowers.
Males are widowers.
So he's dead. She's not. That would make me feel better. I lost sleep for nothing.
Maybe he doesn't know, or maybe they don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the proper term for when your spouse has died is widowed, and then the noun is you're a widower, and she's a widow, and she's a widow.
It affected me because I'm thinking she's dead, and it affected me very. Listen, it's been a long time, and like I'm not like even. I don't even want to even talk to her ever again, but. Because I'm embarrassed about the way I conducted myself. It was really shameful. But it made me really sad to know that I've been in many relationships with females all my life. I had too many to count. But none of them died. I mean, I've had my son die, which was painful in a different way. And I've had friends die. But I've never had a girlfriend or a wife die. And that was just like, it would just fucking hit me like, man, we're all getting to the age we're fucking dying. And it just fucked me up all night. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Now you tell me it might be he's dead, which I don't fucking give a fuck.
I don't know.
But why would he friend request me if he's dead? No, he's not dead. He just changed my mind again. She's dead.
Okay.
Now I got to be sad again. Well, thank you very much for giving me a minute of hope and then a minute of death to get back to death.
Look, I have difficulty explaining the way my brain works, or how Facebook works. I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, because he couldn't have friend requested me from the dead, could he?
No. Sure. I get friend requests from people who are dead all the fucking time. No, not all the time.
I have friends on my list that are dead. Like many. If I go through, like I'm sharing an event and invite your friends, and then I see this list of dead people, it's like everybody's fucking dead. But you can't actually take a action from the dead. Maybe you can. Sometimes
Because, like, for example, when my brother died, I was still. Well, I hijacked his Facebook page just to let people know that he was dead. You know, and yeah, no, it's like I'm dead.
I wish I could do that with my son because he's still got a Facebook page, and sometimes people they think I don't know. They don't look at my profile picture and they think I'm him or something. Like,
well, all you need is either his phone. If you get his phone, it automatically logs in. You don't need a password or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't have his phone. His phone.
Yeah, just all you need to do is get their phone, and then it logs you in, and then you just type as them. It's just like if my wife doesn't. Oh, my wife took her phone with her, but if something happens to my wife and they give me her belongings while she's gone, my wife's going to be Facebooking about me and my sexual prowess forever. You know, she's gonna be saying, "I'm dead, and I'm still missing that dick."
Oh, listen, I'm getting a little choked up here. Don't let that happen. The night my son died, he died in a motel room, and his phone and my guitar that he had with him disappeared. And I was my sister-in-law. I guess she's still my sister-in-law. My ex-wife's sister found the guitar somehow, and I still have no idea how. It took her 3 months to locate the guitar. But so somebody was there with him and took his phone and his and my guitar, and that's kind of fucking. They didn't call us. They didn't call the cops. They didn't call an ambulance. They just slipped away. That's
what was the cause of death?
Heroin overdose.
Oh, well, it may have been payment. It may have been for payment then.
Oh, I didn't even think. Well, no, my sister-in-law, who was a cop, she would have offed the guy if that were the case. Well, I explained why she didn't tell me how she found it, because I still can't get at how she found it. That could be. She might have offed the guy. That makes sense. But
I'm just saying, the person may have taken it like, oh shit, he hadn't paid me yet. I'm taking his phone. I'm taking.
And so if my sister-in-law found that guy, being a total gung ho cop, she would, if she finds a heroin dealer, she's gonna off him. This is what she would.
Maybe she shouldn't find him as the dealer.
I shouldn't even be saying any of this on the air.
Yeah, he may not have been. He may have pawned the guitar, so it wasn't still in his possession. He took it for payment, pawned it for the money, and she recovered it.
You should be a lawyer or something. Or a criminal, a lawyer or a criminal.
Well,
either one.
Both
pick one.
Both were options when I was younger. Yeah. Although I hate to say, well, my father wanted me to go into the family business, which is numbers running. But if it weren't for the lottery, I probably could have done that. I don't know.
It was a draft lottery for the numbers games. Is that what?
Yeah. Well, remember because the numbers was basically based on the horses. And when they made the the daily lottery, or the 3-digit thing legal, that drove my father was dead by then, but that drove those people out of business for the most part. The only advantage those things had was that not Powerball, those 3-digit numbers, I think the lowest ticket you could buy was 50 cents. And when you played the numbers, you could go like a nickel, a dime.
You usually say that right. I don't know what happened. I said 50 cents. 50.
Sorry, 50. Yeah, 50.
I don't know what happened to you all of a sudden. It's like you hit your head. Did you hit your head?
No, my wife is gone. So maybe the aneurysm went down.
Now you don't see. I'm more of a my wife is gone celebrating type of guy. You seem to not like when your wife leaves, but today you're acting like me.
That's because I didn't see her leave. I woke up and she was gone. When I see my wife leave, I'm heartbroken. And when I see my wife go, when I see my wife leave, I can't stand it.
That. Yeah. I'm not good with goodbyes. Yeah.
And I overslept. I didn't wake up until 8:27.
No. That's a fucking lie. Fucking liar. Fucking liar.
I woke up at 8:27.
Fucking liar. You know how I know? You liked one of my YouTube videos 4 hours ago.
That's me going to bed.
All right. Fine. All right.
And I'm not even sure that time is right.
Well,
I woke up. It was around between 2:30 and 3:30.
5 hours ago. So that's
between 2:30 and 3:30.
No, that would make it 4:30. It says 5 hours ago.
Because I got up.
Fender Snooch. Why is it Fender Snooch?
I got up to to make my wife's coffee so that she wouldn't have to. And just in case she got up late. If she got up late and had to run, late and didn't have much time to go to the airport.
What a fucking guy. Holy shit.
I made coffee because usually what happens is when she goes to the airport, good morning, Ann, California. How you doing today?
And Sunshine, she just gave you a thumbs up for being taking care of her wife type of guy.
Hi to her in the chat room. It's because you were talking when she popped in. So I just said hi to the chat room.
Good morning, Sunshine.
But when my wife goes to the airport, if she has time, she likes to stop to get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts and maybe a pastry or something like that. Or maybe a pastry or something. I think it's more the pastry, and the coffee is more
They
of an
don't they don't sell mind all coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
no, but she has to have her coffee. Okay, anyone who's followed my material, why would somebody follow his material? So anyone who's followed my material knows that my wife and I have a mixed marriage. She needs coffee and I don't. So
but no, I think I want to marry you just for the early coffee, making me coffee. Can we get married? I don't know. Probably a little.
We could get married, but I don't think you're going to want to spoon with me. I'm just telling you now.
No, definitely not.
You'd have scoliosis in your spine, adjusting. Get that out of my back.
We're yucking it up here, folks. You feel this yucking it up moment here. We're just yucking it up as America is turning into a fucking Nazi regime, and we're just accepting it. We're not taking to the street. I was going to the hoodie thing. I was going to put on the dark list and do an anonymous, but I could do more of a anonymous phenomenon.
Well, I could have gone down and gotten my V for Vendetta mask and worn that.
We need to take to the streets, but we're all too fucking lazy. That's the problem. Because I was watching Tim. What the hell is Tim? Bulwark. Tim.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about the guy with the pearls.
Yeah, the pearls. I want to smack him for that. That's so fucking 1980 with the fucking puka shells.
Oh, that's what they are, puka shells?
Well, I think they look like puka shells. They could be pearls, whatever.
I don't know.
So 1980.
Well, maybe they were a gift.
Yeah, and when I wore the puka shells, I wore them probably longer than I should have in the 1970s or whatever. And you get an idea that this is cool, and then you need a friend to tell you, dude, that is so over. But now it's 46 years over, or whatever, 45 years over. But he was saying that he feels that a lot more people are outraged and sick of where America is going right now.
And he's probably right.
But
they're not all the same people.
Too. I think, but what's happening is the pundits just keep talking about how bad it is. People get defeated, and he says he feels some responsibility in that. And we need to not get defeated. We need to rise up and let our voices be heard. But a lot of people are just so defeated that they're not letting their voices be heard.
But also, everybody has to do things according to their own gifts and talents. I mean, not everybody can march. Not everybody, can maybe people. I would like to say everybody can write a letter, but everybody can't. And people knew that in the past. That's why when attorneys and stuff wanted people to do petitions, they would send them the petition, and all you have to do is like write your name top and bottom. I so and so, and then they have all these tenants, and then you sign your name because they know some people don't know how to write. They don't know how to express their thoughts and feelings.
I get it.
Not everybody has those talents.
For a march, or we could get a million black guys out there calling a million man march just by saying they're taking your civil rights away. So that's a million guys right there, right? Or a million people.
Yeah, but like they'd have had a million. They would have had 2 million if I didn't hate crowds. I was because that was back. I used to march a lot. I was marching and protesting a lot, but a lot of that was because the woman or the girl that I was interested in was protesting. When the Million Man March came around, I had me a woman that I was living with, so I didn't have to go out to meet women and march. Okay, I still felt the same rage, the same civil, the same civil duty, but to get off my ass and leave a hot chick like I had at home to go hang out with a million men, I wasn't going to. And then to drive all the way to DC to do it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I'm yelling at Steven on this text message.
Don't do that. He's viral. You could be contagious.
Let me. Yeah, I know. I have one of my songs has 1 million views on it. That doesn't mean people like it. People fucking hate it. People clicked on it because of the thumbnail. That's what it means. but it's got 1 million views on it, but like 700 likes. Now, 700 out of 1 million, you look at the percentage of that, and you say, well, most people think of that as fucking clickbait. They hate it. That's how you interpret numbers. To say, well, look, I got 1 million views. That means something, and it doesn't mean anything. Views mean fucking nothing if it only makes people angry. And there's 1 million examples of that. And to kind of, I don't know, get out there, rah, look at me, I got views. You kind of belittle yourself. I hate to do this, but he's going to argue with me about this now. It's not becoming of a person to get out there and say, "Ooh, look, people actually noticed me when I put clickbait on there." It's not healthy, so I don't know. It's try to steer people in the right direction, and they always fucking resist. We don't resist. Just admit.
Anne says that she's had friend requests from dead people.
Friend requests from dead people. So somebody hacked their account, right? That's what
it's possible. Means. Yes, highly likely. Somebody died. The account.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine somebody coming back from the dead, and the first thing they do is go on Facebook and stuff friend requests.
Well, we don't know where they went. They could have been lonely. It's like, shit, I was in purgatory. I was by myself for like 6 months. What? I was gone for 6 years. Damn, I got time. I got to make up for lost time. I wonder what Anne is doing. She was pretty hot when I died. Let me check this out.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, why we need to take to the streets. So that's my point. We need to, because otherwise they're just going to roll over us. They keep on. It's piling on and piling on.
Well, it's not just taking to the streets though. It's also because a lot of this stuff is happening because billionaires are allowing it to happen because they control a lot of the messaging. Where the money is going for networks and what messages are being heard out there, and what grassroots unquote organizations are going to have money to rise up. I mean, like for example, now like for Trump declaring Antifa a terrorist organization. That's now what happens is if people donate money to Antifa, they've donated money to a terrorist organization, especially if you're a company. And if you have an LLC or something, you could lose your license because you're not allowed to donate money to terrorist organizations. So that'll hurt their funding. So we need to put pressure on people of wealth and means by either taking away their products or I forgot there's some guy has a technique. Some guy, I think his name is Luigi or something. He has a technique that he uses to try to influence rich people, and I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Luigi?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It's called Boom. I don't know. Bang, boom, bang, bang, boom.
Well, the term slips in my mind, and I don't want to say the wrong term and get in trouble.
I know, maybe we have a different Luigi because maybe you're talking about the guy who cleans chimneys.
Oh no! This guy has like one eyebrow, and women like he's in prison right now, but I can't remember what he did. But anyway, he has a different approach to it. So,
Sunshine wants to know when was the last time you made a friend request? Last night, because this is how shallow I am. There's a girl. Her name is Lori Frisbee. Hey, let's play frisbee. She went to high school in the high school that I went to. I knew the name. I never knew this girl. I've known her name. Everybody I went to school with knew her. And then it showed people you may know. There's Lori Frisbee. And I guess it's got a picture of her in her 20s when she was fucking smoking hot. Because she's my age and she can't be fucking smoking hot anymore. But I friend requested her just because all my friends, all the people I grew up with, are friends with her. But so last night is the last time I friend requested them. I do check people out. Like there was one I got this morning, a friend request, and that's why I can't imagine people friend requesting me. If they go to my Facebook page, they'd have to say, "This guy's a dick. I don't want to be friends with him. Well, all he's doing is doing anti-Trump shit all day." I mean, I wouldn't want to be friends with me.
Right.
So I can't imagine what people friend request me, but I got a friend request this morning from a guy who I think was on the same dorm with me in my freshman year in college. And like, how the fuck did you find me? And like, it's just, that's a long time ago. Again, that's 47 years ago, 48 years ago. I was a freshman in college. It's a long time ago. It's almost a half a century ago. And to just but I didn't accept it. I don't want, because I know he didn't check me out, and because I did check him out, and our politics and our worldview don't match. So almost guaranteed that he's gonna fucking hate me, like a weekend, and say, and we're gonna get in an argument, and then block me or something. So what? Just skip to the chase. Let's block each other now, before we even say hello, and the world will be a better place. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I wouldn't say you're wrong. No.
All right, so block me then, you fuck. Anyway, it is Friday, and the weekend is here, and I have a kids' party tomorrow. And it's not an easy painting. I mean, the jellyfish thing was far easier than what I'm going to have to teach kids in an hour and a half tomorrow. And then there was supposed to be a wine glass thing. Did I tell you that the wine glass supposed to do a wine glass painting, but now they switched it to somebody else. But they shipped the glasses here. And I said, would you mind dropping the glasses off at the other artist's house? I said, I could do that. Are they on Long Island? Actually, no, they're in Hoboken, New Jersey. I was like, are you fucking kidding? You know, that's a 5.5 hour commute on the best possible day with no traffic whatsoever. 5.5 hour commute and 3 bridges or 2 bridges and a tunnel, and it's a tolls and all that stuff. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I could have. It turns out it would have been easier just to do the wine glass painting party myself, but no. So I just I had to learn how to ship to Amazon yesterday. Like go to actually Amazon facility and deal with those people. Good morning, brothers. Oh, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll is with us.
Cool.
Yeah, that's amazing that he would get up early on a Friday morning.
He probably wants to push people for Sunday, remind people that Sunday's coming up,
Yeah. Russ White, are you related to Rob White by any chance? The comedian, long-time comedian, Rob White, who's been on the show at least 3 or 4 times now. 3 times.
Or Alan White from Yes. Was that Alan White? Was Alan White the keyboard player before?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No, not related to him. Rob White is since he changed. Have you ever changed your style? Like, I mean, you change your brand almost as a stand-up comedian. He completely changed his brand. He used to be, a regular guy. The regular guy look. If you're familiar with the movie Easy Money, Rodney Dangerfield, a normal guy or regular guy look. Easy slip-on shoes and whatever, like a normal guy. Now he's suit and tie, and since he's gone suit and tie with his brand now, he's blowing up a little bit. He's headlining all over the place and in demand, and so sometimes it's just a matter of just kind of rebranding yourself. I've never rebranded. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to rebrand, but it's just food for thought there. People out there and saying, why, I know I'm delivering, I'm working hard. Why aren't things happening? Simple rebrand and it's booming. So, yeah. Okay, then. That's the show for you. Thanks for coming. We have no guests today, by the way. If you're surprised, I don't know why you would be.
The funny thing is, I reach out to people, and I don't check the calendar. I don't even know if I can check the calendar, but I don't. When they say, "Yeah, I'll sign up," and I don't check the calendar to see if they signed up or even if they win, because they could have signed up and went signed up for, I don't know how far out the calendar goes, but they could have signed up for like November 12th or something, which I think is a Wednesday.
Russ does have a brother, Rob, but he's not a comedian. So I guess Rob White is a pretty common name. Like Ron White, the comedian, has never been on this program and never will be because it's too big for us.
And also, he's also got his own podcast, because there are people that are big that just won't do it because
Ron White has a podcast.
He's got to have a podcast.
Nah,
what are the odds? What are the odds that he doesn't?
Yeah, I think 100%. I don't, because I saw him on Rogan and he was just like, he's a boomer. He doesn't even know what a podcast was when he was on.
Yeah,
Rogan.
but it doesn't mean that he has he could have what's the other three guys?
I'd say he's a boomer, like they wouldn't know what podcasts are, and here I am, a boomer with a podcast. So what
and I don't know what a boomer. Yeah, there's sometimes there are other people who produce it and go all we need you to do is sit and I'm trying to think here. Ted Danson has a podcast, and he says it's with the other guy Harrelson, but he says Harrelson doesn't always show up, but he books it as if it's the two of them. But sometimes Harrelson doesn't show up.
Wow. Speaking of podcasts, I did watch Kevin Brennan. MLC, Misery Loves Company podcast. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Anyway, I'm not really that familiar with Kevin Brennan's comedy, but they were talking about that Carl dude. And this girl, I don't know what the girl's claim to fame is, but apparently I learned a little bit about this situation. They did a live podcast from the Catskills. And this is weird for me because what I know about the Catskills, I played, the Concord in the Catskills in my teens and early 20s, and it was still the Borscht Belt, and I can't imagine. It's like 80-year-old Jewish people. I'm serious, and I'm not saying that.
They used to go there to see old comedians, right?
That's not what I'm saying.
But they used to go there to see old comedians and stuff, because the old comedians used to play the Catskills,
and and the dust of those old comedians, like Henny Youngman, is still there. And the crowd, that Henny Youngman's crowd, is still fucking there because nobody could lift them out.
Milton Berle and those that ilk.
It just doesn't seem like that would be a good place to do a live podcast because unless you're bringing the people there, and the Catskills is not an easy place to get to.
Well, here's my theory. Whatever the venue is, probably has maybe one or two young people working there. And one of the two young people may be familiar with Carl, and they go, Carl, I can get you a discount on the room, so you're not paying the whole price, and then they start talking it up. They're like, really, and he thinks it's going to be a great idea. Oh yeah, okay, we'll have 1,000 people. Sure, okay, I'll do it.
That's not a bad theory of the crime, except reading between the lines, apparently there were 20 people there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There was not that many people there.
A huge ballroom, and it felt like a complete, Rich Voss. I wouldn't say Rich, and I didn't know this. Kevin Brennan said this yesterday. Rich Voss is a guy who used to suck cock. He's not gay. He used to suck cock to get money for crack. To not be... Listen, if you're gay sucking cock for crack money, it's a different thing than a straight guy sucking cock for crack money. That's just reeks of desperation and smelly cock. But
there's a young person that I know. Well, I'm saying young, but he's 39 now. And back in his 20s, he was a really bad drug addict. And his mother was doing everything she could to keep him out of the system. And at some point, he gets treatment and he gives up the habit. But now he's so big and bad now. He's then he becomes it wasn't a Trumper. It was he becomes a conservative. And he starts saying things like, people who do drugs should be thrown in jail. And he was he's recently, he's only been on a 12-step program for 3 steps. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying people who do drugs should be thrown in jail. And so I said, you realize that you were one of those people doing drugs. The only reason why you're not in jail is because your mother sacrificed everything she had to keep you out of jail. And he goes, well, she shouldn't have done it.
she should. He goes, she shouldn't have done it. That's on her. That's her fault.
It's hard. It's hard to give up on a kid.
And then he goes something like, he says, "Look, I hit rock bottom." I said, "You didn't hit rock bottom." He goes, "Yeah, I did." I said, "No, you didn't hit rock bottom." I said, I said, "You stole your mother's debit card and took money out of her account, but that's not hitting rock bottom." He goes, "No, that was rock bottom." I said, "Really?" I said, "How many dicks did you suck to get Oxycontin?" And he goes, "None." I said, "Call me when you're sucking dick to get a drug. Then you've hit rock bottom."
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for a cheap blowjob.
Call me when you're sucking dick, because I got something for you.
I got a bottle of Oxycontin. I'll throw you the whole fucking bottle. You suck good.
No, I didn't go there. I was just saying, but the weirdest thing is that all of a sudden he's a conservative and he's against the very help that kept him out of jail and probably saved his life. Get him on
the program. I've dealt with these. I don't know if you remember this. It was only a month ago where I said, "I'm glad you got ass raped in prison. Get the fuck off my program." So I mean, what is this? We're getting somebody's booking the show today. No, you can't book the show today. The show's already happening. What is this? Who is this?
Who is it? Maybe we can send them a link.
Chaz Sampson? No, I don't know.
Don't know that name.
No, we'd have to do like fucking research on them. It's too late to be
right. No. I was thinking that maybe it was somebody that I'd already reached out to.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody I reached out to, I already vetted. But it's.
Remember the other day, we were texting and I sent you that book that black guy who calls himself a black conservative.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He wrote back to me trying to explain his position some more, and I said, I don't care. He said, I'm not a Trumper per se. And no, you're missing the point here. If you are not against Trump, fully against Trump, you are not a conservative in any way. Trump has hijacked conservatism. And I'm not saying, I'm not telling people that the conservative movement, conservative party, because there was a conservative party aside from the Republican Party. Row C was conservative. I'm not saying
libertarians were conservative, kind of.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that was necessarily what people should aspire to, but it was very different from the brand that the Republican Party is now calling conservative. There's nothing conservative, no conservative values or principles or morals within the Trump party. Conservatism was never about owning the libs. Ronald Reagan worked with Tip O'Neill to present things that Democrats and liberals could work and compromise on with Republicans. Now, you could hate Reagan, but that brand of conservatism was not about owning the libs. It was about, they believed in a set of principles, right or wrong. They believed in that. Today's what people are calling conservatism has no principles other than let the rich get more, let's entitle white nationalists, white supremacists, white nationalists, white Christian nationalists. And so I had this long discussion. Well, type this, bring back the guy, and then his final reply to me was, "I think I agree with you." Whoa! Did I actually change your mind? I don't think so.
I think he just wants you to shut the fuck up before you do change his mind.
But I didn't reach out to him. He kept and I have no idea what prompted him to reach out. Apparently, we did some segment on black people in the street. I don't remember.
You know how many words between the two of us? You know how many words passed through our lips? I can't remember them all.
Yeah, but no, we did a segment on, like, we showing video of black people protesting in the street. Not on this show. I think he confused shows. That could have been the problem.
I don't know what Russ means by poke the show, and it's a question.
Poke the show. Poke the show.
I mean, there's this thing.
Idle words. What is idle words?
Idle words might be the fact that we're saying so much and I don't remember. I don't know.
Cumbras and Tolek scenic train. What is this about, Sunshine? It's why isn't this not public? Cumbros, and I love that those scenic train rides in the mountains there, but I don't know why she's telling us about it now. Are we missing
Maybe that's where she is.
Oh.
I don't know. And Bear Love says he got to perform with Ernie from the George Lopez show. I don't know who Ernie is. So
to be honest with you, and I am a fucking racist. Okay, let's just say that. George, I could not make it 10 seconds into a George Lopez show because he has that angry Latino yell in his monologue. Like, you're like, I can't take that. That's not. There are certain comic styles, and the Latino yelling, and this is not uncommon for Latino comics to come out there and just yell. And apparently, it does well with a certain segment. For me, it just feels like I'm about to get robbed.
Yeah, I don't like the Apollo style comedy for the most part. I can't. No, I don't. What at least what black people are calling the Apollo style comedy. That I'm not big on that.
He is. I thought Bernie Mac was Apollo style, and I love Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was my favorite comedian at the time.
But Bernie Mac, I think Bernie Mac. I don't think he was Apollo style as much as I think he adapted that. I think he was funny. I think Bernie Mac was funny.
Fucking
and because he got his start, I think at Apollo, like he adjusted to the Apollo crowd. And then he got hooked up with the other three guys.
But just in fairness to Bear Love and the George Lopez thing, I wasn't sure if he was talking about George Lopez when he took over for Conan for a brief period of time until they said, no, we're taking the white guy back. Or George Lopez also had like a sitcom. So
right, I didn't know which one he's talking about either because I didn't follow either one, so I don't know who the hell Ernie is.
I was talking about the late night talk show when he did the monologue. He did a Johnny Carson-esque monologue, but it was all yelling at the fucking audience. It was just yelling like, "What? And why do they fucking need to yell at me? Stop yelling! I'm here for comedy, not to get beat up by words and by an angry minority." Oh, now I'm going to hell. Just going to hell. You can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We didn't watch I didn't watch the sitcom. Did you watch the sitcom?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you got two people who didn't watch the sitcom, so you could say that he was the chauffeur, and it'd be like, okay, fine, that's good. I don't know. I don't. Like I said, I'm not a George Lopez fan, so to speak. So I'm not. But
another thing, a guy who was on a sitcom, The Wonder Years, who I've known since I was born. A friend requested me on Facebook, and I'm not taking it because I know he's older than me. He's a Vietnam vet, and I know he's going to be very hard right wing. And like, look at my fucking profile. You don't want to be friends with me. We can have memories that we were friends in childhood, or whatever, but we're not going to get along. And this is the guy Dan Lauria who played the father on Wonder Years. Any friend request, and I'm not accepting it. I can't. Why should we do this? We're just gonna end up hating each other. Or let's just make believe we don't hate each other. We never reconnected in any way, and both of us will be happier. That's all I'm saying. I'm on the friend request kick. If you haven't figured that out yet.
Speaking of friend requests, I went to a wake last night. Yesterday afternoon. Well, it started at 5. But I got there a little early. I got there like maybe 15 minutes early. My cousin, his father-in-law passed away. And so the wake was yesterday. First of all, this is one of those funeral homes that has like, oh my God, like 8 viewing rooms, at least 8 viewing rooms. And the parking lot was packed. I mean, there were people like looking for spaces. Like they were looking up closer to the venue, and they were just circling the building. So I just parked down near the street, like maybe 400 feet away, something like that, and just walked up. But when I got in, there was a guy in front of me who asked for a name. Now I know the name of the person. I know the person who passed away. Known him for 17 or 18 years. Never had a problem remembering his name. Ever. Okay. So I get there. The lady says, "Who are you looking for?" And I said, "Carl Smith." And she goes, we don't have a Carl Smith. And I stopped and I looked at her and I went, what name did I just say? She said Carl Smith. I said, I don't know anybody named Carl Smith. I said, I am so sorry. I said, I don't know where that name came from. And I said, and then just when I went to look for the name, his daughter sees me and she calls my name and she comes over and she hugs me. And then the lady behind me goes, I'm looking for George Smith. But the guy I was looking for, his name is Carl Williams. Okay, Carl Williams. So I grabbed his first name and the person behind me's last name, but I didn't know about the other person behind me. So I don't know where the Smith came from. So I go up to the room. The only people in the room are my cousin, his wife, his daughter, and well, my cousins, two of my cousins, they're twins. The wife, daughter, and my aunt, and the deceased. That's who's all that's in there. So I walk in there, and they go, Glenn! Yeah. So I go to hug my cousin's wife because it's actually it's her father that passed. I was going to hug her first, and I went to hug her, and he jumped in and like intercepted the hug because he thought it was for him. And so I just widened my arm for the wife, and then his daughter jumps in to get the hug. And so next thing you know, I'm like, squeeze. I said, okay, every group hug. So I got everybody in, and then my other cousin comes in, and then they said, well, we should get mom in here. So, and she's on a walker. So I go over, we walk the hug over to my aunt Helena, and then we got this group hug, and my aunt goes, this feels good. And I said, thank you. And I said, but just so you know, if Carlton comes over, he's the one that's in the coffin. I said, if Carlton comes over here to get this group hug, I'm leaving.
You are a patient man. You are a patient man.
And his daughter says, if Dad comes over here, I'm leaving too. So
I don't know. Well, you already explained that you're a hugger yesterday, so it's probably not as bad for you. But for me, one is too many. Two is like you're out of your fucking mind. More than that, I'm just like I'm getting angry and insulting and just ruining everything for everybody. What is this group hug shit?
Well, shortly after that, people started coming in. Now, because I don't really know his friends and family. Like I said, this is a guy who's like in his 80s, maybe 90s. I didn't look up the information. Like I said, I've known him for like 17, 18 years. So all of his friends are going to be like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s as well. And they're separate. I don't even, it's like a separate circle. Because not only is it my cousin's father-in-law, I don't even know all of my cousin's friends. So he's like 3 times removed from me. But the only people I know are my cousin, his wife, and their kid. That's it. And my aunt, I know like 5 people in that room. So I stand right next to my cousin and his wife because I don't know anybody else in that room. And they're coming in and they see me standing with them and they're shaking my hand going, I'm so sorry for your loss. God bless you. I'm sorry for your loss. And then they go to my cousins who actually did lose something. So at the first couple of people who said that to me, I went, thank you, but I haven't lost anything. Because I didn't know what else to say. I felt
sorry
like I was
game. Sorry for your game. Sorry for your
I felt like stolen valor, like stolen valor syndrome, if that's a thing, because I'm sorry. I'm only here because I don't know anybody else. I'm not going to stand next to the coffin. I'm not going to, some right here. And they just said, sorry for your loss. God bless you. God bless you. And so, and I'm
Wait,
like,
let me get a picture with the dead guy from my Facebook page. Oh my God, where are we in the world? We're just like, I don't know. I'm not big on wakes and funerals in the first place. I know it's to console the family and all that stuff. Even when I was a family, and I've been a family at many wakes, and it just seems pointless. Like, what do we get? Let's get rid of the dead guy and move on with and the whole burying thing.
Well, after 20 minutes. And we're over there laughing and stuff like that because that's what happens. That's what happens when people are around me at places like funerals and stuff like that. Well, sometimes I go dark, but I just go. It's like I'm just we're over there laughing.
Dark.
Yeah. So we're over there
That's
laughing.
supposed to be a joke. Go dark.
Not as dark as it is for the guy in the coffin, especially once we close that lid. But
see, that's the thing with the CD fella. You never know when it's supposed to be a joke.
Thank you. So I'm talking to my cousins and I'm laughing. We were laughing it up, and so it's about 5:15. It started at 5. I got there 4:45, so I've been there for half an hour now. And I looked at him. I said, "So when do I go on?" I said, "Where do I go on? And where's the mic? Where's my microphone?" Because I don't know what else to do around those things.
That would be interesting. I've never played a funeral. Yesterday, I played a 104th birthday party, which was interesting. The guy had that 104-year-old.
That's as close to a funeral as you can get.
Yeah. The 104-year-old guy had more life in him than a lot of the 80-year-olds who were in the room. Now, to him, the 80-year-olds are fucking kids, right? That's like a 40-year-old to me.
Yeah.
But I asked him what kind of music he wanted me to play. He was all Elvis and Beatles stuff, which was surprising. And I'm trying to do the math, thinking like Elvis in the 50s. He was probably already in his mid-30s, right? I don't know. Weird. I don't know. It surprised me. I thought he would be like we talked about yesterday, Tootsie Goodbye. Big band era stuff. No, he wanted rock and roll, 50s and 60s rock and roll, a little bit of 70s too. And he knew Led Zeppelin, although I didn't play any Led Zeppelin. But it's surprising. 104-year-old. This is the thing. The world's getting older, and I'm not paying attention. So 104 is not necessarily out of touch with the stuff that I knew when I was a kid. My parents would be close to 100 if they were alive, right? Yeah, my father would be 97 if he were alive. But
yeah, my father was born 1923. So my father would be 102, I think, if he were alive.
Wow.
Now my mother would be. She was born. She would be 92 or 93.
Leave it to John Bieber's. Said I did a tight 3 at a funeral. Wow, guy who opened for you at and dressed as stupid and stole his material from some guy named Matthew. Matthew, yeah, a comedian Matthew Lesko. Is that who we're talking about? It was not funny, by the way.
I think it's the same Matthew. Oh, he's talking about Potato Head. Who's that? Who's the guy that you say he steals material from? Steven.
Dave Landau? No.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm way off base.
Yeah, you're way off.
Maybe he's talking about you.
No, I don't have material.
Well, maybe he's talking about me.
I was wearing material. I changed my material because it's just weird how it could be like 40 degrees in one room and like 100 degrees in another room. Very stuffy, very humid. But so I had to take my hoodie off. So I changed material. I've been getting a lot of solicitations from publicists from new publicists who I'm not familiar with, and they're always very fluffy. We love your program. We've watched many episodes now, and we really appreciate your content. I think this great guest would be a great fit for you. And the guest that they want, the one that last night that stuck out with in my mind, they say his pitch is all about discrimination and bias against Christian people, and white Christians that are just discriminated against and being oppressed.
So that's somebody who obviously watches the program.
Exactly what I said. So I wrote back to I said, obviously, you've watched a different program, because if you watch my program, you'd know that I'm going to give this person a lot of pushback on this, because as a white person who grew up Christian, I don't feel oppressed. I feel like people who are saying that we're oppressed are fucking clueless, because even though my life is not like hunky-dory and perfect, I still feel like I have privilege in this world because of my whiteness and because of my Christianity in my upbringing. I don't feel oppressed in any
Now,
way.
you did say Christianity in quotes, right? You didn't say
Yeah, I
that.
did, actually.
Okay.
I did. I try to say, like, I'm not a churchgoer, I'm not, but I think I'm closer to an actual Christian than the MAGA.
Oh, yeah,
phony
absolutely.
Christians.
I will agree with you on that.
So
And
I said, you show him this letter, and if he still wants to come on the program, knowing that he's going to get he's going to get a lot of pushback, then he can book a show. But I mean, all these new publicists who are coming, I don't have any idea how they're finding me, but they're all coming on with this fluffy. I have a perfect guest for you. I've watched many episodes, and they will cite some of the episodes that they watched. I'm like, you didn't watch that episode. You saw the title and you just thought, you assumed what the discussion was.
right.
What are you wanting me for, Russ White? What is the what? What is it? You know what that what is for? What? Is that because I said that I feel privileged because of my whiteness and Christianity? Is that what the what is for? I don't know. Do you have any idea? We don't have any idea.
No.
All right.
No.
All right, fine. We have no ideas. No, we're out of ideas. Coming back to the farmers. We're gonna bail out farmers. Now this is socialism, right? Here's the thing. According to the administration, they're taking in money over the top with these tariff things.
Yeah, which they're not, but okay.
They're not.
Yeah,
But
they're not.
according to them, they are. They are now. Why do they have? If they were, nobody wants to. Good morning, Ron Kane of the
Morning,
Kane.
Mr. Kane.
Dean Kane's older brother, Ron Kane, who is signing up for his ICE training today.
Ron Kane of Ron Kane Comedy.
How long does it take to get that $50,000 bonus?
I don't know.
Matter of fact, you sure already have it. It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
Ron is brought to you. Ron's segment, not like a segment. This Ron Kane is brought to you by Pepsi Cola. Pepsi Cola. Wear a blue shirt and drink Pepsi, and Kid Rock will blow the fuck out of you with a fucking shotgun. So there you go.
Unless you're the president, Kid Rock will just blow you.
Yeah. Pepsi's having some rough times, between the soda and the snacks right now, because people aren't drinking soda and people aren't buying fucking snacks.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, a bag of potato chips, when they're not
oh my god
on sale, are like $5 or $6 a bag.
10.
Yeah.
10. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's mostly air. It's the same size bag, but it's less ounces. If you look at the ounces, it's like 1/3 less weight.
I still buy them. I don't buy them. I don't buy it as much as I used to, but I still buy them, because there's nothing like chips when you're having a sandwich. You don't want to make a side to a sandwich. You just want to throw some chips or pretzels or something salty, just or potatoey carbs, whatever, on the side of your sandwich. And so I buy them, but I'm not. I'm always floored by. I look at the fucking price on it, like, what the fuck? When did this happen?
And not to be a shill for the chip companies, but you need that nitrogen in the bag to keep the chips fresh. Because if you don't, then you're going to have stale.
Oh, what happened? He just pulled himself.
Then you're going to have stale chips all the time.
You did that to him.
Yeah, I did. No, I did it. I did it.
So you talking about nitrogen gas?
Yes.
Yep.
That's what they used to kill the guy in Alabama. They used nitrogen gas to kill him, to put him to death.
I think it was a little more than you put in a chip bag.
I'm just saying the same thing they put in it.
No. I remember one of the careers I had was marketing.
Whatever gas, if you took oxygen out and put any other gas, you'd kill him anyway.
Fine.
Yeah.
But one of the careers I had was running a marketing department for a company that did robotics, packaging robotic machines. And what they did was automatically measure the gas in any product, any anything that you go to the grocery store that's prepackaged has a certain amount of different gases put in there, and it automatically measures the right amounts and puts it in there and does testing on it, making sure it's got the right amount of nitrogen and all that stuff. Almost everything we buy is packaged with gases.
Yeah, because you never want to buy a bag of chips that are like where the bag is like half deflated or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that. I just didn't know it was nitrogen gas. That's all. I was just surprised to learn that. Now,
there's a variety of gases. It's not always nitrogen, but with chips, it's nitrogen. And for
because I know, like with raw meat, especially beef, it's carbon monoxide. They put that in raw meat to make it stay pink longer.
What is Ian saying about pretending he has pincushion for dildos?
No, Ron has been. In other words, that's what Ron's been doing. He's been pretending he's a pincushion for yeah. That was like a hobby. That's what he's saying. That was Ron's activity. That's what he was saying. Pretending. He's not actually a pincushion.
See, this is where we're gonna have a little bit of disagreement. I don't know. I don't think.
Well, Ron is not actually a pincushion. So
how do we know?
Pretending.
How do you know that? Oh, you've been in the same room with. I've been in the same room with him. I think I stuck a few pins in him.
Yeah, but that was just
to see.
That was just conversation. When you get into a conversation, you say stick a pin in it. That's all. That's all it was.
I officially ended my Friday night stand-up show today. I put out the announcement for it.
You mean for the summer or for good?
For good.
Oh, okay.
Summer is over.
Yeah, summer's over.
I don't know if you know this, GD, but it's autumn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I said I didn't know he was saying that, okay, this is the last one for the summer, or if he's like, so what made you not want to do it anymore?
Well, we were talking last year. I was with the venue about ending it because the one guy left, and then the
don't phrase it like that. Ending. I was talking with the venue about ending it. It's like, oh, what did the depressed comic? He's thinking about ending it, ending the show. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not ending it. It sounds like suicide.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
It sounds Robin Williams-esque.
Yeah. I wasn't going to or unalive myself. I'm sorry, unalive myself.
Is it the comedy club hotline? Comedy club suicide hotline?
It's fucking over.
Choke and joke. Huh? No.
Yeah. So when Bo had left, the one lady had taken it over, and she really never liked me to begin with, which is fine. But
and also normal.
Yeah. So it at that point the show was running like 4 years at that point. So
wow.
So it ran like about four and a half. Yeah. We ran it close to 5 or what. But anyway, yeah, it's over. I booked 210 comics over the course of all those shows. And so it taught me a lot, but I've been meaning to move on anyway. I have other things I want to do. And producing a monthly showcase show is not easy.
No,
especially to make
anything isn't easy.
Yeah, to make your shows good on top of that, and I could do that. So
I can't imagine why anybody would want to get into. I mean, I understand the first thought you have is creating opportunities, but then you find out how much fucking minutia, bullshit work, and all the crap you have to put up with producing. I can't believe that anybody stays with it for more than a day. It's just a fucking.
I got to say, for me, because I think the way that I do things, I don't run into a lot of those problems. Because I early on, I set the expectation with comics. It's like, this is what's going to happen. And if you can't comply with that or figure that out, I don't want you. And so over the course of all these years of running this show, there's probably a total of 3 to 4 comics that I would never put on one of my shows again.
Wow.
Out of 210.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because like 30 years ago, 25 years ago, I was producing some music shows. And I can't think of any of those people I still talk to or would talk to, any of the people who were on my shows. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not good with people. I don't know if you figured that out yet, but I'm not a people person. I don't maintain.
Not you. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not a long-term relationship management guy. I lose friends pretty quickly.
Ron, Ann in California says hi, and she thought that you were a Canada Dry guy, not Pepsi. No, I added the Canada Dry. I added the Canada Dry thing. So,
well, the fun fact about Canada Dry, Canada Dry and Dr. Pepper are not owned by Pepsi or Coke, but Pepsi and Coke distribute both.
Wow.
Right.
That's interesting. Oh, we're this is the soda show where we're talking about. What about Fanta? I'm an Orange Crush guy. I've always been an Orange Crush guy. Fanta looks the same, but if somebody shows me a Fanta bottle for some reason, I'm like, get that shit away from me. I know it probably tastes exactly the same as Orange Crush, right?
I don't know how that works. But it's
I like Canada Dry, but it makes my kidneys hurt. How do you know?
I just think that's why. To me, that's why it's funny, because it's an internal organ.
Well, your kidneys can hurt. I've had.
I know they can hurt, but how do you know it's your kidneys? Because usually organs have what they call referred pain. Wherever you think you feel it, that's not where it is. Usually, usually, according to doctors.
When I had, because I spent my childhood with some major kidney problems. And my mom used to think I had appendicitis all the time, because I would be holding my right side right here, and the kidneys in the back over here.
Right.
So you're right about that, the placement. But how do you know it's the Canada Dry making your kidneys hurt? I mean, it could be anything. It could be.
Well, it could be if he stops. Okay, like I used to get, if I drank
multivitamins a day.
If I drank Mountain Dew, and it took me a long time to figure this out. I mean, I got you because I used to drink Mountain Dew all the time. And then all of a sudden, I started sweating white crystals. I was sweating white crystals would form on my skin. And I did not know what was causing it. I couldn't figure it out. And then when we moved to Florida, and it was really, really hot and humid, and I was sweating a lot there. But money was also a little bit tighter. So I gave up. The first thing I stopped doing was drinking Mountain Dew, and that was it. Again, it was just because of finances. And I stopped sweating white crystals. And I thought to myself, it's the Mountain Dew that's doing it. So I stopped drinking Mountain Dew. I haven't drank Mountain Dew since. I moved back to Maryland. I'm talking to my doctor about that. And I asked him if that makes sense. He goes, yes. He says, you are actually hypersensitive to niacin. And there's a lot of niacin in Mountain Dew. It's something they use to expand make the carbonation last longer. I think niacin is supposed to, at any rate. And he says he saw that when he was an army doctor in the desert. He was in a Desert Storm or something, a MASH unit or something. And a lot of the soldiers were sweating white crystals. So, and that's where he discovered it, over in Iraq.
Well, we just bored the shit out of everybody who doesn't care about soda.
Yeah, but anybody out there sweating white crystals, now they know what they can do is maybe stop drinking Mountain Dew.
So it's not your cocaine problem. It's a soda problem.
No, it wasn't the cocaine at all. As a matter of fact, the doctor, gave me a phone number before I could get lower prices.
So in 6th grade, I was already dealing drugs.
Is it called Good Rex? Good RX, yeah.
I had kidney problems, and I had pills for my kidney infections that I was getting. The kidney pills that I was taking would make me pee red, like a bright red stream that looked like you were pissing blood. And I was also dealing drugs in 6th grade at the time. I remember getting off the bus at the junior high school, and this kid, Joe Desmond, came up to me. He was like, you got any reds? And I was like, no, I don't have reds with down it. I don't have anything. He kept busting my balls. And then he saw me eat my kidney pills, which were red. He goes, oh, you got some, man. Give me some. I was like, well, all right, you can have these for free. And I gave him 2 of them. And then I remember being in class, in Mr. Supon's science class, and we just heard screaming coming from the bathroom. He was peeing red and thought he was pissing blood. He was just like fucking horrified. I told you they weren't real red. And I knew right away what that scream was. Anybody questioning what that scream is. Not a lot of, we're getting in, when did this become a medical program here? Not a lot of niacin usually said sweating your doctor.
Yeah, I think either I didn't tell it in a way that a doctor would understand it. I know the white crystals on my skin was salt.
Oh, look, we're getting
but that's not why I was sweating. I wasn't sweating because of the salt. I was sweating because of the niacin. Of course, the salt is what came out of my body. I knew that, and the doctor knew that. I was trying not to get so fucking technical, but now that I got to get technical, I will, because I didn't know we had a doctor in the audience.
Is there a doctor in the house? No.
A practitioner. A medical practitioner.
Question, and maybe John knows the answer to this. By the way, John, if you check one of your Gmail accounts, I have several Gmail accounts for you. I sent you credentials so you can come in anytime you want, so you have them if you accept that. I don't know if you've seen that. Question on the table is, does anybody know what blue methylene is? Because I know what crystal meth is. Blue methylene, like I'm thinking of Breaking Bad. Blue methylene. I'm getting commercials for authentic blue methylene in my YouTube feed. Like, questions come up. The only, this guy is back with another book. Oh my God. He won't go away now. Maybe I can just ignore him. Anyway, so
I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's commonly called methylene blue. Is a salt used as a dye and as a medication. As a medication, it is mainly used to treat. What is it usually to treat? Meth. Wow, that's a fucking methyloglobin. Globinemia? What the fuck?
Bulimia?
No, methemoglobinium. Globinia.
I don't know what that means. Ask the nurse practitioner. Oh, he is a doctor.
It's used for treating cyanide poisoning and urinary tract infections.
How many people are buying that? Oh, urinary tract infections. I could see people buying that. Like, I gotta pee. But that they need to advertise for it on YouTube. And why are they talking to me?
Well, you're probably in the age that, like you said, if you live long enough, you're going to get prostate cancer.
I think that's given that I already got it. I'm pretty sure that I already got it. I'm not getting it. And I know John's going to yell at me. You're gonna die
Ron, do you have a Cherry Coke shirt? Because if you put a Cherry Coke shirt on, I think Anne would think you're really hot. The Pepsi doesn't do much for her. She likes Cherry Coke.
Sunshine says, wow, episode 984. Yeah. Wow. 983 of them sucked.
Hey, Sarb 812, 8212.
I'm not sure how this works, because I had it October 20th as our 1000 Coffee with the Dog episode. But that doesn't make sense now if you think 16 more doesn't get us to October 20th, does it? Yeah, Monday, October 20th. Yeah, so there's 3 weeks.
Well, we don't do shows on Tuesdays on Saturdays and Sundays.
It does, yeah. So 3 weeks of 5 is 15, and then the 4th week on that Monday the 20th is when we'll have our 1000 show. And I have no guest scheduled. I wanted Andy Andrews. He's going to be on the road with Stanhope. So I don't have we need a special guest for the 1000 show. And
and Tommy Chong won't do it because he's got his own podcast now with Cheech.
Yeah, I could get him to do it, but it would have to be pre-taped because he's not going to do a morning show anymore. I could get him to do it. I have blackmail stuff on that.
Well, he's like, what, 82 years old or something now?
84 now.
Yeah. Oh, well, then he should be up at 4 in the morning.
He's already gone through that. He's got it. Because when he was first on my show years ago, one of the sponsors was Tiffany Yeltsin, who made toxic-free butt plugs. And Tommy said, I'd have no place to put it. I don't have a butt plug. I don't have a butthole anymore. Like, you have no butthole anymore. No, they sewed it up when I had my surgery. I got a bag now. Methylene blue. Wait, let's get to more science. Methylene blue used for treatment of. Oh, I'm not gonna fucking read that. That's the word that GD couldn't pronounce. Not sure.
Coward, fucking coward. Go ahead, try it.
I'm not gonna do it. No, I don't have a disclaimer or please stand by.
I'll get you a good. Well, it's not a foreign name either.
I'm just wondering how big could the market be for that? That you're going to take out a YouTube ad for something like that, right?
That's just it. They're trying to create the market for it. That's just it. It's not.
I think they're going to get a lot of drug addicts who think they're selling crystal meth. When you say methylene blue, the first thing I thought was crystal meth.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, baby blue. So whatever. It's not that. Good thing.
Matt, I'm ready. I'm ready. Watch. See.
Please stand by.
I'm ready.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm go ahead and try the word. I'm ready. No, I'm just.
Are you ready to use the American version of TikTok?
I don't even use the Chinese version of TikTok.
That executive order just didn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just the rules or the law's been in effect since January something? Well, he extended the deadline from January 20th or whatever it was. He extended
it's like 3 more months that's been extended.
Yeah. And so this thing that he's doing now doesn't mean a damn thing. He just likes headlines, there's no details in it.
Well, there have been a little bit of details, and in fact, the details that matter to me most is like who's going to be running it. I think it's Rupert Murdoch, right? Or do I have that wrong?
Well, no. My understanding was that one of the top bidders was
Ellison.
Yeah, Ellison.
It's still one and half a dozen of one, or 6 and 1 or half a dozen of the other.
Well, I think it's slightly different though, because if the Murdochs get it, well, actually, yeah, they could leave Lachlan out. Because some of the Murdoch children are progressive, and I think one is more like, I want to be just like Dad, and so that's why they're having trouble with Fox News and stuff, because of the way he wrote his will.
They just signed that his son's taking all that over. He's going to take over at Fox.
Which son? Lachlan?
Yeah, Lachlan or whatever it is. Yeah.
Wow. So basically, it's going to be a right-wing propaganda app. That's what I'm getting.
It's basically just going to be Twitter with more videos. It might last for a few more years, but I think it's reached its apex, and with the Americans taking it over, we'll do what we do best and just ruin.
Oh yeah, we'll fuck it up.
Yeah,
we'll do to TikTok what we did to The Office. What we did to British comedies, British dramas.
The Office was a hit, though, wasn't it?
We fucked it up, though. It was if you can. I hate to be a purist because I didn't watch either show, so it's hard for me to be a purist. But from what I've watched of the British version and what I've watched of the American version, the British version is much better. I can't even stomach to watch the American version. I can't.
I think I watched 2 episodes, and that's a lot for me. That's saying a lot. So
I couldn't get through a whole episode, and I tried it twice.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if we ruin everything. I love the American version of Wilfred. I tried watching the original version of Wilfred, and it just didn't. It wasn't the same for me. But there's a lot of nuanced stuff that is cultural that I wouldn't get about Australia.
I think we ruin stuff that we import and redo. I think stuff that we created, like football. I love football. I love I love jazz. We created jazz. The things that we created, I think we created based on our own culture, I guess. But the things that we steal from other people, we fuck up and ruin. Chinese food. We've ruined Chinese food. You can't get good cat and dog like you used to. You can't.
Oh, now we're off the air. We're done.
What?
You can't be saying that about Chinese food. You can't.
I said good. I'm saying authentic Chinese food is good.
You're the guy gonna get a cat. That's what you said.
Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. See.
Those are pretty nasty. They are pretty nasty because rudder, like around here, we have these because everything is our high grade and style restaurants are either a Sheetz or a Wawa or a Rutter's. And so Rutter's actually has like not bad egg rolls, but then they added these egg like the fucking Philly cheese steak egg roll, which is basically someone just was like, "Oh look, we found some trash. Let's throw it in this egg roll."
So I think I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
In the local shopping center where I go to get my art supplies, there is a bagel store, a Chinese takeout place, and a pizza place. The bagel store.
It sounds like the beginning of a joke.
It's just so confusing. The bagel store is run by an Asian person. The Chinese restaurant is run and owned by a Jew. The Italian restaurant is just like somebody I can't even make out what they are, but they're certainly not Italian. I think they're like
Ethiopian.
Yeah, it's something. And it's just like, what? You're just making believe. Like when you answer the phone, when I call for Chinese stuff, it sounds like I'm hearing a Chinese or an Asian person, and then I get there and it's a Jewish guy from Brooklyn. I mean, so they're putting on this fake Chinese accent for when you call in, but there's no Chinese people working there. None of the ethnic restaurants have the right ethnicity or congruent ethnicity with what they're selling there, and it's weird to me. Like, you know, it's like if I went into the hot young guy store, look.
We're looking to return one that you bought.
Yes. Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. I don't know what the hell a Philly cheesesteak egg.
Yeah, that's what Ron was talking about.
Yeah,
they're
just
garbage.
Just garbage. Just
Philly
garbage.
cheesesteak egg rolls. Like
it's just an egg roll with cheesesteak in it.
Cheesesteak.
Yeah, it's nasty.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that I haven't told my wife yet. It happened last night. Our cat likes to go outside, but she only stays out for like 10 or 15 minutes. So my wife and I will leave the back door open for the cat, and we watch for her. When she comes in, we close the door. You know, because she goes out, she sits on the deck for a while, she looks for her friends. If they don't show up, she comes in or she'll lay in the yard. So she sits out, she goes out in the yard, and I turn on the television because I don't know how long she's going to be out there. So I'm sitting watching television, and I fall asleep. And I wake up like an hour later to this god-awful sound in the dining room, like this. And I'm like, what is that sound? And I look, and I can't see it yet because there's something's blocking, furniture is blocking my view, but it sounds like something's eating. And I know this is the weird thing. I know the sound of each of the three cats we have two cats that live outside that we'll let come in and eat. And then there's my cat, and they all have a distinctive way of eating. And I recognize that this is not one of their sounds. So I'm thinking it's a raccoon. And I look, sure enough, a raccoon is coming in the house, is now eating the cat food. And it's just like wolfing it down. And so I look, and I go to the bedroom before I close the door, and the cat is on the bed sleeping. So I've been sleeping for an hour with the door open, letting the raccoon in the house eat the food. Now, I haven't told my wife this yet because she's going to get on me about falling asleep with the door open. And I know she's going to do that. I'm going to have to tell her at some point, or not tell her. But it's not like it's a secret. It's just one of those things that I don't want to get the lecture. I mean, I know what I did wrong. I fell asleep with the door open. I know what I did wrong. I don't need the lecture. But as soon as I tell my wife, she's going to give me a lecture. And that's the only why I don't tell her. It's not a secret. I mean,
I got to tell you, I'm shocked.
That I fell asleep?
No, that a cat will go outside and come back in on its own. Like our cats, if they get outside, they're gone for a week. They're gone for a month. They're not coming back in on their own. We have to go get them. And they don't go outside because they're afraid outside. But if they ever do get outside, then they run panicked and go find a place to hide.
Right.
I can't believe cats will actually go out and come back in on their own.
Well, Elsie
My wife
used to.
hears about this. I'm certain she's going to be shocked. I'm going to tell her later. She's going to be like, "Get the fuck out of here! He's lying. He's a lying fuck." Last time I fell asleep. What is this? Last time I fell blackout drunk during a rainstorm. Yeah, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a blackout drunk, is there?
No, especially during a rainstorm, because when rain falls on the roof, or as a matter of fact, I had a friend who used to find the sound of rain hitting a metal trash can like really exciting, exciting, like arousing, like he really wanted to have sex.
Wow,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, lunar kind of behavior or something.
Yeah. So whenever it was raining out, he would put the lid over the trash can so the rain would hit it, and he says he and his I'm going to say wife, but she wasn't his. They weren't married, but they've been living together for so long, you know. But he says he gets so horny when he hears the rain hitting a metal can.
That's so fucking weird, man. I'm sorry, that's weirder than lunarism. I'm gonna, I gotta share this with you guys because I've been meaning to talk about it all week and I forgot. I made AI laugh, and it's kind of surprising to me that it's only Grok. Remember, we used to have that sound effect, Grok. Hey, Grok, go fuck you. Hey, Grok, here, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Grok, in case you haven't noticed, like almost every sound effect is gone. Even some of mine, not some, yeah, even mine, they're gone. They're all gone.
Yeah, we were cleaning house on this stuff, making room for stuff. But I made AI laugh. I wanted to bring in the screenshot, but it's locking up over there. But I asked, because Trump made these statements of inflation's down, gas prices are down, blah, 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 blah. 5 different things he mentioned. And I said, at Grok, is any of this true? And Grok came back and said, no, inflation is up, gas prices are up, all these things are up. The only thing that is slightly true is the mortgage rates are down just a cunt hair. He didn't say cunt hair. Grok didn't say cunt hair, but just down minimally. So I went back and I said, so you're saying he's lying 4 out of 5 times, which is an improvement because back in January, he was lying 5 out of 5 times. And Grok came back with like a ha, 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 ha. I was like, wow, I made Grok laugh. I guess I should be teaching a comedy class now, shouldn't I? I'm ready.
You should, but and you're in a different I would say, but don't take business away from my good friend Dylan Brody, who has a comedy workshop on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Well, can he make AI laugh? Like
I don't know that he's tried. I don't know that he has tried.
Well, I think this has got to be the new standard for your credentials. If you're going to teach a comedy class, you must know how to make AI laugh. And let's face it, what I said wasn't really funny.
Also, AI could think you're suicidal and they're just trying to keep you from, off this. So like, let's laugh at him. Just laugh. Yeah. He needs this. He needs this. Laugh at him.
But the farmers are losing their farms now. And it's not like this is the first time. They were losing their farms during the first Trump administration.
Right.
They voted for him 3 times. He fucked them over twice.
Right.
And I think they would vote for him again.
Right.
But they want us to bail him out now and feel sorry for him. We need the farmers.
And you know what the worst thing is? They know exactly why what's going on. It's the tariffs. China used to buy like a whole shitload of soy from us.
Yeah, the soybeans they haven't ordered.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, fuck it, we're gonna get our soy from Argentina and Brazil, I think.
Yeah.
And Argentina lowered their prices on soybeans even more by not charging a tariff, or an import tax, whatever you want to call it. And now we're also bailing out Argentina. We're giving money to Argentina. We're bailing out Argentina. So Argentina's taking our money, and they also took our business.
Yeah.
And this is all thanks to Trump.
Trump's solution is that, well, when the tariffs kick in, no, the tariffs are the problem. Yeah, but when they really kick in, it's going to fix this problem. It's like they created the problem.
Right.
And the
only way he's going to fix it is like his first time he did the tariffs was the steel industry. I think it was also, well, the farmers was also being fucked. And so he bailed them out. And if he hadn't done what he did, they wouldn't have had their problem. He wouldn't have had to bail them out. They don't get that. I don't understand these fucking people. They're so.
I am dying to find out what this Comey thing is.
We'd be in a much better place if the conservatives actually had a backbone and get rid of their pedophile daddy.
Well, let's stop calling them conservative, because I don't think there are any conservatives. I don't.
Well, they might not be, but they have done it to themselves, and now they are in the same boat.
Well, Tim Miller from Bulwark, the guys from Bulwark were conservatives. They are anti-Trumpers, and they are never Trumpers, or whatever you want to call them. I think those are the few conservatives that are left. But the people who call themselves conservatives don't have a fucking clue about what conservatism is. And this, the major bone of contention is they think they're conservatives. They're closer to being socialists. I mean, if you're bailing out farmers with federal money, that's socialism, folks. So that's what you're supporting. But so I don't know, but they're definitely not conservative, not by any stretch of the imagination. Whether you're pro-conservative or anti-conservative, old school conservative, this is what's calling itself conservative is not in any way matching up with this traditional conservatism. They have no fucking clue about it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I really hope the Democrats actually grow a backbone and let the country shut down.
Well, that could affect TD's wife, put her out of.
Well, she's state, not federal.
Well, I'm tired of this I'm tired of this narrative that they're trying to push. Like, oh, they're going to let the country shut down. That'll mean bad things. It's like you didn't fucking care a year ago, so go fuck yourself with that.
No, this happens every single time, but I don't know. I don't know where, because she's talking about all these layoffs, prepared firings for all these people. It's going to put a lot of people out of work, and of course, both sides are going to blame the other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. What really matters is who the people are going to blame.
Right.
Usually, people blame the party in power.
Yeah.
And you don't get much more power than what the Republicans have. They have the executive,
and they
legislative, and the court.
Exactly. And they can't do it. So that shows you how inept they are.
It's incredible how close to a supermajority this is. I mean, I've never seen anything where they control everything, pretty much. And that's where I talk to these people who keep saying about impeachment. All impeachment does is just kick the can. You think Trump is the problem? Trump goes away, you got Vance. You got a whole line of fucking sycophants that are ready to follow Trump. It's not getting rid of Trump, impeaching Trump is not going to change anything about the current situation that we find ourselves in.
The only thing that will change is that, see, Trump is like a shotgun, so to speak, or like a fire hose. You have no idea where you can point it, but you can't aim it, or it's like a spray thing. It's like a scatter. You have no idea. And Vance is more like a bullet. He's going to go where Peter Thiel tells him to. And so it's going to be multiple bullets, but it's not going to be so fucking haphazard. Because
why are you plugging this radio station in El Paso, Texas? Best Rock. I mean, it's fine that you do that. I just did something, or you're in several chat rooms at once. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. 95.5 FM.
And if you haven't had a raccoon in your house, you're not living right. She said, "Yeah."
We have this right, Sunshine. I thought she was in California, and then we thought she was in Hawaii. Now it turns out she's in El Paso, or is that just the wrong guess again?
Well, we saw that she was on a train doing the tour scene, so maybe she was
from New Mexico to Colorado. That had nothing to do with El Paso. I don't know either.
Well, she's passing through El Paso through.
That's like a supersonic train. Let me tell you, that's a very fast train.
Which they also cut the budget for.
Right. Earlier you mentioned jazz as an American thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all these fucking jazz, because when jazz started, it was not what it is now. And what I mean by what it is now, you have all these guys, jazz snobs, who get deep into music theory, like and naming these chords like a A flat minus seventh sharp, or like
diminished 12th, with a diminished 12th.
Yeah, 12th. That's a what is that? Diminished 12th would be a 4. That's just a third. No, there's no such thing.
But you tell me that's not something a jazz artist would say.
Right, but when jazz, it wasn't that. It was just like improvisational. Nobody was thinking in terms of theory and numbers and all. And all these jazz snobs want to make it so like you need a fucking math degree before you get a music degree.
Well, that's why you ask for a jazz cigarette before you start, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
The notes will just float in your mind, man. Stop being so
It's about hearing it and feeling it and just playing along and not really thinking through and like taking notation and all that stuff. And it's a shame that the music has become snobbery. There is classical snobbery and there's jazz snobbery. And the jazz snobbery is just ridiculous because jazz was it was built upon, it's like the Republicans, like who were built on anti-slavery stuff. The Republican Party was built out of the abolitionist movement, now being turned completely opposite. That's what jazz is. Jazz snobbery is. It's people who were born out of improvisational, just hear it and feel it, get a general sense of the key. Maybe that will help. But it's just feel free, human feeling about it, and not about getting a math degree and writing things out in sense of, well, you're breaking the rules there.
I might just go take some children's Tylenol and go play some jazz right now.
Children's Tylenol.
Well, he likes the orangey flavor.
Yeah, the flavors are just better. I mean, bubblegum, orange, cherry.
Yeah, but so it all no
autism. That's a
popular flavor. The claim about autism. This is what I'm trying to figure out. It's only for people whose mothers took Tylenol while they were pregnant, right? It's not like if an adult or a kid took it, it's going to give them autism, right? Am I right about? And it's not even. No, none of that is true, by the way. Autism was around long before there was anything like Tylenol. I think autism was only named in like 1911, but it's been with us.
It was first diagnosed in 1911, which means it had to been around for a while before it became diagnosed.
Around forever. I think it's a problem of inbreeding. I absolutely do. I think that's the real root cause of autism.
It's probably a myriad of things.
Yeah.
It could be medicine, environmental reasons, inbreeding,
cousin fucking.
Yeah,
if that were the case, wouldn't the royal family be like totally autistic?
There's a lot of them. I don't know.
Yeah. If you dig into the royals, I mean, there is a lot of like inbreeding and shit like that. That's why they had to start expanding out, because they're like, ugh, this isn't working.
There's a whole history of the royal family covering up for people within the family they didn't want public because of that. Not necessarily fit into a autism strict diagnosis, but
well, I mean, why doesn't anyone ever take into account that maybe America's long history of being in wars may have something to do with it? Because you can't sit here and tell me that, guys that fought in like the Korean War and World War I and wars before that, and they just fucking came home after going to battle with all this PTSD and God knows what else. Come on.
Yeah. So, Tylenol. I mean,
Vietnam. How about Vietnam? Like all the chemicals that the soldiers were exposed to, then come back home, get women pregnant. That can't be good, can it?
No, it can't be good. Agent Orange, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. All those. That Agent Orange was like one of the, and they were shipping it over in 55-gallon drums of poison. Here, go ahead. No, not even gloves or masks or anything. Just go ahead, use this dangerous pesticide, and when you come back, we won't help you pay your medical bills. Just fucking.
And why can't anyone at that press conference ask a question and say, "Are you both mentally inept that you're presenting this?"
Yeah. Yeah. So, but the bottom line is Tylenol is not the cause. It can't be the cause. It's like, what the fuck is going on there, Paul?
We had a neighbor at one time, and there were autistic kids that lived in the neighborhood. And at first, she wouldn't let her kid play with the autistic kids because she thought her kid may get autism.
Wow.
Think about that.
I catch autism from a cough or something. Somebody coughed in my direction, and I got autistic. All right. Yeah. Well, any thoughts from you, Ron, on the? It seems to me some of the right-wing comedians have not necessarily gotten behind Jimmy Kimmel, but they seem like this might be a bridge too far. We take the bro comedy stuff to the right wing to a certain degree, but now that they're coming after comedians, a few of them seem to be, at least that's the wrong thing to do. They're not like becoming anti-Trumpers or anything.
Well, I think Mark Maron is the one that lit that fire, because he's been talking about this for a bit. Then, like a few months ago, then he was making the rounds for his stand-up special, which is really good. But he's been attacking all those comics, and like, why are you fucking taking a side? You're not counterculture or anything if you're siding with one political side that wants to take your fucking voice away.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Rogan kind of because I know, and legitimately so, the late night talk show stuff. If you're a comedian, you probably find that like just played out and really exhausted and wish that whole format would go away. So I know Rogan doesn't like people like Kimmel or the other Colbert, but when he found out about the Kimmel thing the other day, he was genuinely like, "This is not a good thing. This is not good. You can't go after comedians. You can't get them canceled for telling jokes. This is what we've been fighting against for years and years." So to hear Rogan make that, even though he endorsed Trump, and he's not backing off that endorsement anyway, just to hear him realize that maybe Mark Maron is right about this. Maybe we should not be.
Yeah, but Rogan really doesn't have a backbone, because even when he's saying that stuff, he kind of walks off of it. So it's like, go fuck yourself, because you claim to be this, oh, we're comics, we're gonna push the edge. You're not, but you're not.
I think Rogan is a comedian.
He's not a comedian. He's not a comedian.
He's Rush Limbaugh with tattoos at this point.
I don't think so. I think he's a comedian. He can be Rush Limbaugh depending on who's across the table from him. If he's got a liberal on the end, and he rarely does anymore, but when he does, you could see him kind of like bending the knee.
But a lot of those comics he has on, don't prescribe to that fucking right-wing agenda, and he's still always harping on them about
I think mostly in the last couple of years, all he's been having is people who do see it.
And there's a great there's a show called Podcast Cringe, and it's this and that's and like Elephant Graveyard is another one, but Podcast Cringe is fun because that guy really does dig into Rogan and Kill Tony and things like that. So
yeah, Podcast Cringe doesn't like me, the Australian guy. All I said is I think he's very good. Here, let me just Podcast Cringe, Australian guy. He came out of nowhere. But you never see a face. It's just this Australian accent behind reaction videos, reaction to Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer and Joe Rogan and people like this. And he makes some very good analysis and very good points about the discussions that go on. But there was a case when he first came on, he had 0 subscribers, and then like a month later, he had 200,000 subscribers. So his channel was growing. I mean, probably got 10 million by now. But I would subscribe to him, and one of the things he said was just he got into politics, American politics, and he was fucking clueless about what's left and what's right. I think he called Joe Rogan a left winger at one point. I was like, this is that. I got to unsubscribe. If you're going to talk about politics and you don't even know your right from your left or know what you're talking about this stuff.
It could be a cultural thing, like in their country, left and right are different. Like, could it be a cultural thing? I don't know. Like in some places, left and right are like reversed. I thought.
No,
at least it was for a while.
The whole discussion he was having was a political thing, and he was off base on everything. Like he didn't understand the actual issue. And I
Okay.
said, I told him I was going to subscribe in the chat room. I said, I'm out. I can't deal with. You were very good on the comedy stuff, but when you get into American politics, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I realized I wasn't even unsubscribing. YouTube was just showing me the thing. So I stayed off it for a while, and then they kept showing me clips, and then it was one about Tom Segura that I had to click in on, and I watched it, and I commented that was a really good analysis of some of the stuff. And he said, "Aren't you the guy who was unsubscribing? You were, I didn't know what I was talking about." I said, "Yeah, I tried to unsubscribe and realized I would never subscribe, but that doesn't mean YouTube's not going to show me the stuff anymore." And he got he wanted to have this long, drawn out thing with me, like, "Oh, I said, I'm just unsubscribing to you because you don't know." But
and none of that, you said he didn't understand. He didn't know he was talking about politics. What you just said was that his analysis on comedy was pretty on point, but his stuff on politics, he was talking about. So you responded to Tom Segura, that's comedy. So that you're just reinforcing what you said before. So he's stupid.
And I was saying definitely that he does. As I said several times, some of his analysis is really good when he breaks down some of the hypocrisy that these guys and how disconnected they are from their audience. A bunch of people are saying Rogan is leaking numbers big time. Like his followers are just jumping ship for some reason. I don't know what the reason would be, because he's still fairly far right wing.
Well, I think that the reason that they're dropping is with everything that's going on, and I think a lot of people are just tired of his shtick because he always, no matter, like, I haven't watched it in a long time. It hasn't been interesting for a few years, ever since he originally left YouTube, because he wasn't really political. He would just have comics on and they would bullshit.
Yeah, Rogan doesn't know what the hell he says, is what Sunshine says. And sometimes I think he needs to be reminded of the positions he's had. Because
and apparently, when he had Santino on recently, Santino would barely even speak. It was just him yapping about stuff.
Yeah. I think I saw a clip recently where it was Rogan and somebody else, and Rogan was just like, "Why do you even have a guest on? You didn't even let the guest talk." Oh, it was Jesse Wells, and he was talking about music. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jesse Wells. He's a kind of a folk singer who I discovered on Instagram, and he got like a huge following on Instagram. Every day is like he goes out into the woods and does a video of an original song he just wrote about a topic that's in the news. And he has like a really cheap guitar, but he's like almost like a John Prine, Tom Waits kind of in that mold. And he's been blowing up in the music world, and he signed a music deal and all this stuff, and now he's touring and major label. And Rogan had him on, and Rogan, he was talking about Woody Guthrie, in his time was very influential folk guy, very far on the left, accused of being a communist, and "This land is your land" is that. It's almost like a communist song. It basically said anti-capitalist song. But Rogan he went on to say, "I saw him live when I was a kid." And Jesse looked at him like, "Saw him live when he was a kid? You sure about that?" Rogan was, "Yeah, adamantly." Like I said, turns out Woody Guthrie died 8 years before Rogan was born. So he could not have seen him live, not in any. And so when Rogan was 10 or something, Woody Guthrie had been dead for 10 years. He saw Arlo Guthrie, but there's no if he saw anybody. I mean, who goes?
Maybe he saw something on television, but it was so young that it just in his mind it was like a live thing.
Yeah, he just lies.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't want to call him a liar.
You're giving him the benefit of the doubt, but if you know,
I'm just trying to find an alternative theory before I call him a liar. That's all.
Speaking of alternative theories, do you think what happened to Kimmel was just kind of like a test?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I don't think it was. I think they were flexing their muscles, and it will wind up being a test. But I think it was something they tried to do, and now it's going to be like, okay, we What do we have to do? How do we do it better next time so it sticks? I don't think it was a test, so per se. I think they were trying to get rid of him, and then they're going to try to learn from it. Because I think if they had their way, they would get rid of all of the nighttime hosts that are against Trump.
This is why I don't understand how the people that support it stick with the contrasting messaging, because on one level they'll get fans going out there and saying we had nothing to do with this was a business decision by ABC, and then Trump goes out there and takes credit for it. Stephen Miller goes out there and not only takes credit for it but promises to up the level and get rid of everybody else. We're going on the offensive here.
Right.
They come out dual messaging. So at one time, on one hand they're saying we had nothing to do with this. On the other hand, they're saying we had everything to do with this.
And that's what Trump does. He likes the confusion. Case in point, I think it was Arizona. There was a Republican primary. They asked Trump who was he endorsing, and he endorsed both candidates, both Republican candidates. So whichever one won, he could say he endorsed.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. That he also, because he didn't know how to pick a winner. He's like, I don't know how to pick a winner. And that's true. If you watch Trump, he does not know how to pick winners. Look at his entire business career. Running a casino should be a business winning venture, since the house always wins unless the house is run by Trump.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when he had a casino, the house didn't always win. The house lost.
Right.
Which is why it went out of business.
And part of because maybe the casino was winning, but Trump was skimming so much that the house couldn't, that the casino couldn't.
You know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I was making my bones while you were banging cheerleaders. I don't know.
That's from The Godfather or Goodfellas.
Yeah, well, no, Godfather. But that was a casino owner who was accused of skimming off the top.
Right.
You think I'm skimming off the top? Oh, I think you're unlucky.
Well, Trump was skimming. We know Trump skims. He's a thief. He's a grifter.
All right, man. That's the show for you. Let's get out of here. No, if you guys got anything to say, I'm done. I'm really done. I've got nothing left. I'm gonna roll a joint. That's what I'm gonna do. You dare me? You dare me to do that? I knew.
No.
Slaptail told me I should switch to gummies. Gummies, the science behind gummies is just not there. You could take a gummy in today and be high tomorrow. When I could also smoke now and be high now. What's funny? What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. Whenever people talk about gummies, I think about my wife and her experience with gummies, because she wouldn't listen. She didn't understand it takes a while to kick in, and she had been drinking vodka and maybe wine as well. I don't know. And then she takes
This says CBD gummies, right?
Yeah, CBD doesn't get you high.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking capsule. That's not a gummy.
Well, how old is it? Maybe it was a gummy when it started. Is it gummy inside?
Have you seen the video of the Texas Attorney General talking about weed? No. Because they couldn't pass
something.
Yeah, well, because he's like, they're talking about THC and 9, and because they wanted to pass legislation, but they can't do it. And this guy had this press conference, and he has like gummies. He's like, "Look at this. This is elite. Would you just buy this and put this in your body?"
Yes.
Yeah, it's like,
make it available.
Try one. Try
someone
one.
Someone needs to tell these old whites that are still like on this like 1950s mentality. People are savages, and they were savages back in the 50s. They'd put anything into their body. So
yeah,
bath salts.
My father's generation, they used to drink torpedo juice. The fuel, the stuff that made torpedoes explode, they drank and make like bathtub gin out of it, like that kind of stuff. To get.
I knew guys that when they were incarcerated used to smoke ping pong balls. Because that was the only way they could get high. They'd light a ping pong ball, and the fumes would just get them high.
That wasn't King Kong's ball.
No,
occasionally I'll get a prison video that will show up on my Instagram reels, because it's like some prisoner that's snuck in a cell phone or something, and they're like making this meal in their cell, and it's fucking wild.
Yeah, but let me just you said these old whites. If I go to Puspatuk today, which I'm not going there today, but I guarantee you there will be an 80-year-old man or woman there online. We have the people who are showing up at the dispensaries around here are people who are against marijuana legalization. They're hardcore Republicans showing up. Some of them in suit and ties and stuff. Really stuffy looking fucking people, but they are at the dispensaries buying the shit, which is kind of it's hypocritical as you can get. But I don't know why. I can't figure it out, because I want to say to them, how could you be against this legalization when it's actually making stuff more convenient? You'd rather be a criminal? Is that what you're saying? Because you're doing it. So a lot of these people who are anti-weed, anti-legalization stuff, they are. It's not like they don't smoke. It's not like they don't get high. They get high. They just want to keep it illegal. And I'm thinking, well, what's the motive there? You'd like, because you'd rather funnel the money to the drug cartels than the state? Is that the motivation?
That they want to keep prisons, the commercial, the industrial prison complex filled with people as well.
Weed? Are we still locking up people for? I mean, I think that's occasionally, but I don't think there's a lot of people still doing.
But that would be the people who want to keep it illegal. The people who want to keep it illegal, that's what they want to do it for.
Yeah, except it's really embarrassing when the police try and do like one of these press conferences saying we had one in Pennsylvania recently where like we stopped all this drugs and paraphernalia, and it was fucking weed. It was mainly weed and some bongs. That's such a waste of fucking time and money.
Yeah. I just reel by Katie Hannigan again. Now, it's just so mind-blowing to me, because generally, I think she just got married. I know she got engaged about a year ago. I think she just got married. Generally, when a woman gets married, she doesn't get hotter. She doesn't get better looking, more attractive after she gets married. She gets married, and then it's slowly kind of, from the outside, maybe to her husband. Yeah, that's fine. But from an outside, but she's getting exponentially hotter after getting engaged and married. It's like defying the laws of physics. We need to get to the bottom of this. What's going on here? We'll call it the Katie Hannigan syndrome. Like you're getting better looking after you get married. Nobody does that, and the same goes for men as well. I mean, we get worse. You settle in, you get married. I know when I first got married, I got fat. I mean, to the point where I had the pouch going on for a while. I don't have it. Do I have it? Tom, you can be honest with it. Am I ugly?
Well, we can't. I can't see your stomach over your tits.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my tits are. They're a little dry now.
I would really like to know like what the national DUI average is ever since the pandy ended, and with more states having weed. I'd like to know, have DUIs gone down? Because really DUIs are just a money maker for these departments and the legal system.
Yeah. And a lot of, when they, because we've had some ICE situations here, the roadblocks, they're not necessarily getting as many illegal immigrants as they are getting drunk drivers and, no seatbelt fucking tickets and stuff like that. Ridiculous stuff. I want to ask Grok that question. Say that question again. I want to ask that about how.
What?
Yeah, have the numbers on DUI changed since the pandemic and weed legalization? Right, that's what I want to ask.
Yeah.
All right, you
that
guys.
Would be too complicated for. Just asking for the DEIs per annum for the past 10 years. That what we're gonna see.
I'll ask Grok, and I'll ask Gemini, and we'll see what they come back with.
And I'll ask my cat, because I don't have either one of those.
I'm going to say the last 6 years, because that's when we started getting a lot more
I was just looking for more of a trend. I was just looking for more of a pattern, But yeah, 6 years is fine. Hey, Elsie,
yes, the numbers. Yes, the numbers in DUI driving under any influence arrest in the U.S. have changed over the last 6 years, 2019 to 2024, showing a general downward trend. This decline aligns with broader patterns in impaired driving enforcement and awareness campaigns, though arrests still number in the hundreds of thousands annually. They represent a fraction of actual incidents. Data primarily comes from the FBI's uniform crime reporting. I don't know, but so overall the numbers are down, but they're not attributing it necessarily to either pandemic stuff or to weed legalization.
Yeah, I asked it, have DUIs increased or decreased in the past 6 years? So, according to Gemini, based on national data, the trend in DUI arrests over the past 6 years has generally been one of decrease, continuing a decade-long decline.
Wow.
But it also says that one of the worst years was 2019, the pandemic year. We actually saw a spike in DUIs.
All right. So I asked Grok, has cannabis legalization been a factor in the declining DUI numbers? And it says, yes, cannabis legalization has been a factor in the observed decline in overall DUI arrests over the last 6 years, but its role is nuanced and indirect. While total DUI arrests have dropped 21% nationally from over 1 million in 2019 to 805,000 in 2024. This includes both alcohol-related and drug-related cases. Legalization now in place for recreational use in 24 states and the medical use in 38 as of 2024 has contributed to substitution effects, people replacing alcohol with cannabis, reduced enforcement on minor possession, freeing up police resources. So yeah, it's dropped, and according to Grok, at least, legalizing weed has been a factor in that. I don't know. You will, if you talk to hardcore weed guys.
Well, if you go by that 800,000 number with the population, it comes out to 0.002.
Right.
Yeah. Is the population that's been arrested for a DUI.
Yeah. And
okay, well, that qualifies as a national crisis because I think that's even. I mean, when you're Trump, any numbers you could if they said 6, he said if he wanted to explain, he go like, it's a national crisis. We had 6 drunk drivers arrested just this year.
Let me just qualify a little bit there, and I don't know how much within a year this would happen, but some of those are repeat offenders, like a lot of drunk drivers. So we don't know that's 804,000 people, or whatever it was. It could be 600,000 people, 200,000 of them are repeat.
Yeah, I know my wife, a guy almost killed my wife, as a matter of fact, and he had 3 DUIs, and his license had already been suspended, and he was drunk at the time he hit my wife that time. And we know he was drunk because she said they smelled the alcohol, but he said, no, take me to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. So that way the police wouldn't take his blood, or it would become confidential, become a medical record. So
a HIPAA thing.
Yeah, a hippie thing.
Hippie
chick.
Yeah, all right. Fine, you got oh, look at that. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I think we're done. I need to go get a DUI. I don't drive when I never drive. Here's the thing. We would play in a gig.
Cheap bastard. You know you want to say deal.
No. Here's the thing. We played a gig on the Nautical Mile. Now, Nautical Mile looks at what it sounds like. It's a fucking mile-long road full of restaurants, seafood restaurants and clubs and like that. And Mikey gets drunk on every gig. I never drink. And so we're leaving the club. Mikey's stone drunk. I'm stone sober. And there's a stop sign. I do like a California roll at the stop sign. The cop pulls me over. And he's writing me tickets and all this stuff, and like writing me tickets, get me out, searching me. And I see Mikey drive by, like he hits a fucking
a car on the side of the road as he's driving and just keeps going. The cop pays no fucking attention. He's fucking drunk and he's hitting fucking parked cars. He keeps going. You're gonna keep writing me a ticket for doing a California roll when I'm totally straight. And so I had a girlfriend who lived in the town at the time, and I was late getting to her place. And she said, "Why are you late?" I said, "Well, I got a ticket." She said, "Let me see the ticket." Turned out we were going to dinner the next night with the cop. She was friends with the cop. We were going to dinner with the cop who wrote me the ticket and his wife the next night. I was like, I can't wait for this. So I like, don't tell him when I show up. And the guy, he saw me walk through the door with her, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Yeah, now can you get me out of these fucking pages of tickets you wrote? Oh, too late now. I already turned them in. So I got to go to court. I said, by the way, the guy who passed us laughing as you were fucking reaming me over this, he hit a car. He was fucking drunk out of his mind. He had like 14 drinks that night and was totally drunk. You don't pay any attention to him. You're harassing me for fucking doing a California roll. Maybe, so dinner was not fun. Anyway, you guys supposed to be comedians? No. I'm not.
Hey, during Netanyahu's address to the UN this morning, people were walking out. Nations walked out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But you realize that it's in the United States.
Yeah. We just keep feeding it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're so respected around the world. Yeah, and respected. Why are they walking out on you? I don't know.
Well, maybe we were respected.
Yeah. What is he saying about? Ian's so mean to me, evil Ian. Old man Matt needs a vacation or an extended stay in an old folks home. Why? Why, Ian? Why do I need that? He hurt me. Ian, you're so mean to me. That's why he's evil, Ian. I don't know.
Matt would be one of those people that get expelled from a rest home for me.
No, they love me in the rest home. They did a 104-year-old birthday party yesterday, Ron. And it was active. There were people up dancing. There's one lady there at this place. She always surprises me with song requests. She wanted to hear. I think she asked me to do some Donna Summer. I was like, "Are you a fucking guy like me with an acoustic guitar? You want me to play a Donna Summer song?" Oh,
yeah. She's wanted to see if you could do that.
What the?
That's it.
Yeah, but they love me there. They definitely want to keep me there. So Ian's right on that. They want me to stay. Don't go home. So yeah, 104-year-old. God bless them. Anyway, you want to wrap this? What is this? We've got more comments before we go. Aloha Friday. Have a great day, sunshine, evening, whatever. And if you ever want to clue us in where you really fucking are, because we're guessing like California, Hawaii, now New Mexico, Colorado.
Well, I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain she's in the lower 48. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
What would you know what? It would be easy just for her to tell us, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be easy?
She may have told us, and we just don't remember.
Well, it could be.
Although I don't remember her telling us, but that's what I just said.
What did you just say? Did you just say something? I don't remember. So I gotta go prepare for a kitty party.
A titty party.
Kitty party, not a titty party.
Oh.
A kitty party.
Is this the one where you're dropping off the shit in Hoboken, New Jersey?
No, I'm not dropping off the shit. I shipped this. I'm not. Wine glasses. No, I'm just going to on the Nautical Mile. Come a kid. I guess a kid's birthday party, but they shouldn't.
Is this the 104-year-old kid?
No. I hope he's not a 4-year-old kid. No, it can't be 4-year-old. But you shouldn't hire me to do a kiddie party. First of all, I mean, check out this program. They're like these publishers. Yeah, what's $1,000? You don't want to. I'm going to be a foul-mouthed, bad influence on 10 kids or 15 kids tomorrow doing a paint party, and I'm the kind of guy who, when they're just not listening, I'm gonna get a little angry.
Oh, you don't have to lie to us, man. When you get there, you'll probably be a big old softy, and the kids will be there, and you'll be like, "Oh, I love all you guys."
No, I'm a big old softy when I have the young ladies in the bachelorette parties. Or
that sounds like an an erectile dysfunction thing.
What, my softness?
Yeah, you're a big old softy when the young ladies are there.
Well, yeah, I used to. They named the ice cream brand after me, Mr. Softy, for that reason. I am. No, I make no bones about it. Like my fucking days are in the past.
So you made that. I don't know. You're saying it like my fucking days or my fucking days.
My fucking days. My days of fucking.
Okay.
Are ancient history. All right, what am I missing over there?
It doesn't have to be, Matt, because you and I are only what? You're only like 12 years older than me.
So, yeah, but I have prostate cancer.
Yeah, but that's not in your dick, right?
It certainly is.
That's why you got to get that cancer. You got to get that cancer out and use it.
Well, no, no. Everybody I know who's had prostate cancer and got treatment for it, they can't fuck afterwards anyway. They got a lame dick then, and then they do this radial surgery, whatever, the laser surgery, whatever they do on you, it leaves you with a bag sometimes, or just unable to piss, or unable to, I'd rather just die. Come on, just come and get me. Come and take me away.
There was a comedian, a guy named Michael Black. I liked him. He was a decent person. But once he became impotent, his dick stopped working. And he used to say in his routine that was like the most liberating thing for him, being a comedian with a limp dick, because now when he goes to clubs, he doesn't care how hot these other girls are. He can focus on his comedy. And before his dick got limp, he'd go to a club, he'd see a hot woman, he'd be like, thinking half his time he's thinking about his material, and the other time he's thinking about getting into her pants. Wow. So I mean, I don't know if that theory holds, because I don't have the ED problem. Ron, you're a healthy young man whose dick still works. Do you find it difficult to focus on your material when there's a hot, fuckable young lady in the audience or in the comedian in the room?
No, I might notice some, and I might put a bookmark in my head for some reason.
I just to push back on that guy's theory. No, because I'm that way, right? I'm an old fucking lazy old dog. But I still, if there's a hot chick in the audience, it will still go on in my brain. Just won't go on down there. Up here, it's still like, oh, I love to fuck her, and the dick is like, who are you kidding, old man? You just disappoint her. Why do you want to disappoint one more woman? Haven't you disappointed enough?
Okay, I was just spouting an opinion that belonged to a fellow.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I disagree with that guy. Well, I want to ask you about Chris D'Elia, because Chris D'Elia,
does he have a limp dick?
Well, no, sending young girls dick pics and all this stuff. And
yeah, it wasn't
underage girls, and was sort of canceled, and they did a public apology to his wife and fans and all this stuff. Now he's out there, and his latest bit, he's talking about when I'm on a plane and is AirDrop or whatever the Apple phone is, where Bluetooth, you can just put stuff on people's machine. He said, I'm sending them all butthole pics. Now, this is a guy who was canceled for his sending people pics, and now he's on stage like bragging about how he's sending everybody on a plane that he's on.
But that may not be real. Comedians make up shit like that all the time. They have like a premise in their head, like, I'm on this airplane. What if I sent asshole pics? Okay, then what would that be like? And then they build this scenario.
I'm fine with lying. Comedians lie all the fucking time. But for a guy who's gone through that and ended his career basically for a while for sending pics, you would think maybe I shouldn't do that joke, because people aren't going to think I'm lying. They're going to think I actually do that. And I think he actually does that. And he's making.
Yeah, and I don't care enough about him to know if he does it. I don't care enough about him. I just don't care enough about him at all.
Yeah, I don't necessarily care about him at all either. It's just the fact it's odd that somebody who got in trouble for doing that is now on stage bragging about doing that.
Because he got away with it. That's why.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah. He's back, right? I'm back.
Yeah, he's like the Trump or the Epstein. Well, actually, Epstein didn't get away with it, but he's like the Trump of comedy, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to tell people we have Peyton Wolfie. Ring a bell? He's on Monday. I don't know. If he doesn't ring a bell, maybe we'll make him ring a bell. Ron, it's good to see you. Drop it in any Friday that you want, or anytime you're available.
So what are you pushing, Ron? What are you promoting?
Yeah. Next Saturday, Back Alley Laughs at Back Alley Bar and Grill in Williamsport, PA. Cover is $10. Show starts at 8. We have Greg and Rob coming all the way from Queens, New York. And then I have Ashley coming from Hagerstown. Then I have a comic coming from Harrisburg.
That's a fucking value, people. $10 for it sounds like 5 comedians in total. That's $2 each. Come on, fucking go, damn it.
The show's always been good there, so come on out. We have a good time.
Yeah, good value for your money, and
he's still doing the Mr. Tongues on Mondays.
Yep, every Monday.
So hopefully we'll see you Monday. Thanks for coming, Russ White. I don't know. Good to have another person in the chat room. Please do come back and tell your friends about Hype Us. Hype Us. I don't know what that
Even though we don't know how to do it, Hype Us anyway.
I don't know. I don't know how to hype anything. I'm unhypeable. Anyway, don't forget to turn on your radio. Bye for now.
I
to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.